Hello, everybody. My name is Hellkaiser, and welcome to The Last of Us remake, now called The Last of Us Part 1. Um, I have played this game a lot. I played it twice on the PS3 when it first came out. I played it twice on the PS4 with the remaster. And so I've played quite a bit of the original Last of Us, and it's a very special game to me because it's the first time I ever really played multiplayer in a game. I didn't get internet. Well, I had internet in my house, but my mom used to not believe in the internet, and it took a long time for me to be able to persuade her into multiplayer games and stuff. So I remember playing the multiplayer of this game quite often. I don't. Yeah, I think the multiplayer was taken out of this game, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, looking back, it wasn't really that great of one. Uh, the Last of Us is a game that has a lot of meaning to me in terms of story. To me, this is one. I was a big fan of Naughty Dog. I used to play the Jak and Daxter series a lot. I used to play uh, the Uncharted. That's the thing. I'm sorry, I couldn't think for a second. I played every Uncharted game multiple times. I absolutely love Naughty Dog's work on a series. Crash Bandicoot. I used to love that. Uh, but to me, this was a game that was better off without a sequel. It's a game that didn't need a sequel. The story is complete with its ending. A lot of people might have thought that was a sequel bait ending, but to me, it's the most complete ending a game could have because it leaves the ending up to the viewer. It's like something. It's like a one of those movies where the ending just sort of doesn't show every little thing. We don't need to have it all shown to us. You let your mind fill in the gaps, and that's what makes a good story. Kind of like No Country for Old Men, how towards the last half of the movie, the murders ain't being shown. You're seeing the aftermath of them, or sometimes not even seeing the aftermath at all. And so therefore you have to picture what's going on in your head. And I really like that style of storytelling. Uh, it's trusting your audience to come up with a good ending. You know, whatever they think is right. There is no right or wrong. It's whatever each person thinks. To me, though, the sequel, The Last of Us 2, came out during the pandemic, and I don't want to say I was going. Well, yeah, I guess I was going through a depression. Uh, I guess everybody was, but to me, that game was just such a depressing slog of a game that it ruined the series for me. I'm not going to say I'm a complete hater of the game. There was some good moments, especially when it came to the animations and when enemies were shot, they call out to each other, Jesse, no, and stuff like that. It had some good things about it that made it seem very immersive and realistic, but it just really left a bad taste in my mouth, and it Ghost of Tsushima, I believe, came out around the same time, and I played a lot of Ghost of Tsushima, and I really preferred it as a game that year. And so, to me, this is a game that, honestly, I don't think needed a remake. It came out in 2013, I believe. When did The Last of Us originally come out? I'm going to Google this. Okay. 2013, yeah. So this game is not even 10 years old. It's 9 years old, and it had a remake or remaster about a year later. It came out a few days before or after my birthday, July 24th or July 29th. The remaster did, and now the game's already being remade, which is, or it's not even really a remake. What they've done, if you want to know, is I can't remember the name of the woman who hung out with Joel, but they changed her character model. They updated some textures and stuff. So it's not really a remake, because when I think of a remake, I think of stuff like Resident Evil 2's remake. I think of things like the Crash Bandicoot remake, which, again, it wasn't even really a remake. It's a HD remaster with some modern controls. So this game, I mean, your interpretation of a remake is something. To me, like the Shadow of the Colossus was technically a remake because it was rebuilt in a different engine, but it's not a proper remake. This is not like Resident Evil 2. This is not like some of those other games that have gone back and completely redone the formula. It's, as far as I know, just the same game, maybe with some new stuff added. I think that there's been things I've been reading online where I can't remember the name of the guy, but Steve Carell's character in The Office, his office is in one of the levels now, and a couple of different things. The Left Behind DLC is included in the game, just like it was with the 2014 PS4 remaster. And other than that, you have some new things: adaptive triggers, bow resistance, vibration things, cinematic stuff, and then you can do some different things like your reticules and stuff like that. Mostly, it's just basic stuff. You got two modes: fidelity and performance. Fidelity does not include anything like what's that, ray tracing or nothing like that. Uh, and so that's about all it does. You can unlock the frame rate on 120 hertz televisions. I do have 120 FPS mode on my TV, but I tried to set this thing up to record through my TV and it wouldn't do it, so I'm doing it through my monitor. So we're playing at a target 60. Motion blur, I want that off. Film grain, off. You can even reduce the gore, which I don't know why you would. And apparently remove nudity, but there was no nudity in the game to begin with, unless they've added some, as far as I know. There's alternate controls. You can do quite a bit of stuff to... They've added quite a bit of accessibility options, motion blur stuff. You can change your field of view for motion sickness and stuff. Lots of accessibility options, which are just cheats, let's be honest, like slow motion. You know, that's just a cheat. Reduce enemy accuracy, enemies don't flank, stuff like that. They've added quite a bit of different things to the game, more modern accessibility options. Left Behind was not set during the events of The Last of Us. I don't know why they're saying that. But anyway, I talked for about 7 minutes on stuff. Sorry, it's been a while since I uploaded. We moved, and there was a lot of stuff. I've been sick. Well, sicker. Some of you may have seen like my Oni Chambara series and Devil May Cry, which I need to upload the last episode of that. And I've been diagnosed with a spinal issues, and I've got some other things that's just been going. It's just been one of those rough times, but I'm weathering it pretty well. So hopefully everything will be good and we can get back on schedule soon. Just one last check, make sure everything is working well. Okay, let's get to it. New game. Okay, man, how many difficulties can you use? Very light. Okay, camera and aim assistance settings are enabled by default. Light. Resources are more common, enemies less dangerous. Moderate. Provides balanced experience. For those looking for a greater challenge. Survivor. Listen mode is turned off by default. Okay, and then there's Grounded. The most challenging and realistic experience. So the HUD and everything are altered in that mode. Okay, I think that's something new. What should we do? We'll go for hard mode. I played this game a lot. I can do permadeath. Okay, that's actually kind of... I like some of these modifiers. So you can actually set it to the whole game. Why? I don't know why you'd want permadeath on this game, other than like it's easier for speedrunners who are permadeathing the game to redo it. But to me, that seems kind of silly to put something like that in your game. I mean, there's such a thing as putting accessibility options, and then there's just sort of overdoing it a little bit here. Okay, everything's still working here. Still can't tell what band that's supposed to be on Sarah's shirt.
Tommy, listen to me. He is the contractor. He's the contractor, okay? I can't lose this job. I understand. Let's talk about this in the morning, okay? We'll talk about it in the morning. All right, good night.
Hey.
Scoot.
I do like that when he throws his phone and keys down, my controller's vibrating.
Huh?
It's nighttime now.
I'm still doing up. It's late.
Crud, what time is it?
It's way past your
But
bedtime.
it's still today.
Honey, please not right now. I do not have the energy for this.
I didn't see what time it was on the phone. Or on the clock, I mean.
Your birthday?
Okay, now the motion thing is just kind of, every time someone sets down, I feel it. I mean, I don't think that's necessary. It's a nice touch, but it's not necessary.
So, I figured, you know. You like it?
Honey, this is... It's
What?
nice, but I think it's stuck. It's not...
What? No. Oh, ha ha.
Where did you get the money for this?
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
Oh, good. You started helping out with the mortgage then.
Yeah, you wish.
I will say that the graphics don't look that improved to me, but the facial models and stuff look very much improved. You can see individual strands of hair. Joel looks a bit, because I always wondered how many years have fully passed. I don't think I remember. I'm not good with memory and stuff like that, but he got very weathered after this prologue, and now he kind of looks a little bit more weathered from the beginning. He looks like a man in his 40s already.
My baby girl.
There's supposed to be a TV show of this being made, if I'm not mistaken. And I can't say whether or not I think that's a good thing or not.
Hello?
Sarah, honey, I need to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. There's something...
Uncle Tommy? Hello?
I'd be creeped out. She's taking her time. If that was me when I was a kid, if I got a call from my uncle like that, I'd be running. In fact, one time we did get a call that something, it was a false alarm,
Dang it.
but it was
I
scary.
forgot to give this to him.
Congratulations. I don't recall seeing all this stuff, but I don't really explore the room after the first playthrough. You're not a foster yet. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Let's see, you're never around, you hate the music I'm into, you practically despise the movies I like, and yet somehow you still manage to be the best dad every year. How'd you do that? Happy birthday, Pops. Love, Sarah. How old is he? I don't think they ever fully say Joel's age. So, what is that? Hallican Drops? Is that the same band? Yeah, I don't have no idea. I'm guessing that's not a real band. The reflections are really cool. I mean, it's not generally you look at reflections, especially like in older games, you're looking at a massive frame rate or not resolution drop, and it's actually not too bad in this game. It actually looks like a real reflection. The shadows are so quick and stuff. This isn't like a proper like remake, but if they just called this more of another remaster, like Skyrim gets re-released all the time, this would be better. But I mean, at the same time, I guess I will say the graphics and shadows are so improved that calling it just another remaster would have been sort of an injustice. I can't really tell you. The Bash. Got a lot of CDs. I'm a vinyl man. I have, actually in my office, a whole crate full of records. I'm big into music, and I'm one of those people, I have a very eclectic taste in music. I listen to everything from old school jazz from the 40s and 50s, 60s, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Sonny Rollins.
Dad?
And then I like stuff like Sinatra and Billie Holiday. And then I go to blues musicians like Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, B.B. King, and then into rock bands, Motorhead, Black Sabbath, Ozzy. In fact, I just picked up the new Patient Number 9 album today, Megadeth, Metallica. I love music. I have a bunch of records. 300% increase due to mysterious infection. Admitted spikes in area hospitals. FDA expands list of contaminated crops. Massive recalls anticipated. Crazed woman killed husband and 3 others. Ended in bloodshed. Okay, can I read any of the rest of this? Oh, okay. A grisly murder scene. Officers were violently attacked by Sandra Rivers, who was on the premises unknown to law enforcement. Okay. They're just talking. So they're trying to say like this virus was caused from food.
Daddy? You in here?
Seem to be somehow connected to the
Where
nationwide
the heck
pandemic.
are you?
We've received reports that victims afflicted with the infection show
That's
signs of
nearby.
increased aggression, and
Move everybody out of here now. There's a gas leak. Hey,
there seems to be some commotion coming from.
get the hell out of here! Run!
That was not
What
good.
was that? Oh God.
What causes the gas leak? I mean, I get zombie virus. I don't get the rest of that. Okay. He's got a picture there. I don't recognize the blonde woman. That doesn't even look like Joel there either. I don't know who that's supposed to be. Elliptical. He's got quite a few CDs in here too. Axel Diggs. I like the horses. It looks like his room in the second game, the bear and stuff like that. He's got a cool looking room. I like that they kept the consistency of the Western-like paintings, the cactuses, the deer, the horses. Okay, that's supposed to be
What's
photos.
going on?
Why is there no pictures of his wife or anyone up there aside from his brother and his daughter? I mean, if he's a widower, you don't just take down the pictures.
Eight missed calls. Where the hell are you? Call me on my way.
Okay. Anything else I can see or read here? I'm going to be home late tonight. Go ahead and order food. See you in the morning,
Where
Dad.
is he?
I can't open the door. That is creepy. I love the reflections. That is cool. I don't know if the ray tracing is turned on by default because I didn't have no option to turn it off. But that is really cool.
There you are.
Sarah, are you okay?
Yeah?
Does anyone come in here?
No, who would come in here?
Don't go near the doors. Just stand back there.
Dad, you're kind of freaking me out. What's going on?
It's the Coopers. Something ain't right with them. I think they're sick.
I'm kind of sick.
Holy crap.
Jimmy!
Dad?
Honey, come here. Come here. Jimmy! Jimmy, stay back! Jimmy, I am warning you. Don't!
You shot him.
Sarah.
Something.
I would have double tapped him. If my kid was there, I wouldn't want to risk him getting back up and hurting her.
Get out of here. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Tommy, come on.
Where the hell you been? You have any idea what's going on out there?
I got something.
Man, they changed Tommy's model too, it looks
You
like.
got blood all over
It
you.
ain't mine. Let's just get out of here.
This ain't half the people in Sydney lost their minds.
Can we just please go?
Some sort of parasite or something.
So they've changed almost every model.
You gonna
Probably
let them
changed
have it?
everyone.
Later.
Hey, Sarah. How you holding up, honey?
I'm fine. Can we hear what's on the radio?
Yeah, sure thing.
Thanks.
No cell phone. No radio. Yeah, we're doing great. A minute ago, newsman wouldn't shut up.
They say where to go?
They said, Army's put up roadblocks on the highway. No getting into Travis County.
We need to get the hell out. Take 71.
71, that's where I'm headed.
I like how they're very calm and they got a plan and they're following it.
There's one family all mangled inside their
Tommy's.
house. Right.
You know, in most of these movies and stuff, you know, people never have a good plan. It's nice to see an opening
Clue.
of zombie story, horror story, however you wish to call it,
They're saying it's just the south.
where people are very smart.
Coast, the west coast. Holy hell. That's Lewis's farm.
Well, it was.
Some bitch made it out.
I'm sure he did.
You better hope he didn't if he's infected.
No, of course not.
How do you know?
They said it's just people in the city. We're good.
Didn't Jimmy work in the city?
That's right, he did. We're fine, trust me.
Alright.
Let's see what they need.
Who do you think you're doing? Keep driving.
I got a kid, Joel.
So do
But
we.
we have room.
Keep driving, Tommy.
That is a rough decision, but, you know, you gotta think of you and yours.
Someone else will come along.
No, they won't. I mean, that's hard. I'd like to say I'd help them, but you gotta think of your kid, and you don't know if those people are infected, you don't know anything. You know, at a time like that, it's very scary.
Everyone and their mother had the same damn idea.
We could just backtrack and...
What the fuck, man? Let's go!
Oh, crap.
Shit. Turn us around. Tommy! Tommy!
Holy shit! What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just
Dang.
happened? Did you see that?
Yes, I saw it.
God damn.
Turn here, turn here.
Whoa.
No. Come on, people, move.
What are they running from?
From the things just ate people, man.
Oh no.
We can't stop here,
I
Tommy.
can't fucking drive through them! Then back up then!
They're behind me, too.
There! Hold on! Go!
I mean, I like how they're panicking, but they're controlled panic. Good lord. They do a great job on this opening. It's one of the best openings, I think, to any game. Or, I mean, realistically, if they do make a movie or TV show, this needs to be the opening. If it's about Joel.
Get back, man. Get back.
Okay.
Come on. That's safety glass. You're gonna have to... There you go.
Dad?
I'm here, baby. I'm here. Come on, give me your hand. What is it?
My leg hurts.
How bad?
Pretty bad.
We're gonna need to run.
Carrier.
Keep us safe. Come on, baby. Now hold on tight.
Okay, come on. Go, go, go.
Daddy, I'm scared.
Keep your eyes closed, honey.
Good lord. Whoa. Dang.
Keep running! Keep looking at me, baby.
Good lord. Jumping out of windows. So- Just keep going, come on. Dang.
We're gonna get out of this. I promise.
Gotta love the Wilhelm screen.
Too many of them! This way! Through the alley! Go!
Whoa! Come- Get away.
He's dead. God damn it.
Again, double tap.
We're almost there, baby.
They're getting through the fence!
Oh crap.
Going! Find a way out of here! Come on!
Holy shit.
Move it!
I'm trying.
Get to the highway! Go! You got Sarah! I can outrun them!
Uncle Tommy?
I will meet you there! Hurry!
Daddy, we can't leave him.
You got to. You got a kid.
Almost there.
Crap, that guy's right behind me.
They're getting closer.
Just keep going. Don't worry about it. Just, we can make it. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
It's okay, baby. We're safe. We're safe. Hey, we need help.
Stop!
Please. It's my daughter. I think her leg is broken.
Stop right there!
Okay. We're not sick.
Got a couple of civilians in the outer perimeter. Please advise.
Daddy, what about Uncle Tommy?
We're gonna get you to safety and go back for him, okay?
Sir, there's a little girl. But... Yes, sir.
Somebody, we've just been through hell. Okay, we just need...
I don't know how this guy could do it. I mean, some orders are not worth following. I couldn't pull that trigger.
Please don't. Oh, no.
What I don't get is he had his back to him. How could he have shot the girl?
Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know. Listen to me. I know this hurts, baby. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. All right, I'm gonna pick you up. I know, baby. I know it hurts. Come on, baby. Please. I know, baby. I know. Sarah,
She's gone.
baby. Don't do this to me, baby. Don't do this to me, baby.
This is one of the best openings to any game ever. This is, remember, if any of you remember the E3 trailer for not Dying Light, but Dead Island, the trailer of the little girl dying in reverse, you know, it shows the end of her life and rewinds to what happened to get her to that location. It was a great trailer because it pulled on the heartstrings and it looked fantastic. This is that opening done right. If Death Island or Dying Light had had that kind of opening, I think they would have been much better games.
There were hundreds and hundreds of bodies lining the streets. Panic spread worldwide after a leaked report from the World Health Organization showed that the latest vaccination tests have failed. With the bureaucrats out of power, we can finally take the necessary steps.
Los Angeles is now the latest city to be placed under martial law. All residents are required to report to their designated quarantine. Riots have continued for a third consecutive day, and winter rations are at an all-time low.
A group calling themselves the Fireflies have claimed responsibility for both attacks.
Their public charter calls for the return of all branches of government.
Demonstrations broke out following the execution of 6 more alleged Fireflies.
You can still rise with us. Remember, when you're lost in the darkness, look for the light. Believe in the Fireflies.
You know, I get Fireflies are a cool name. I'm from the South. We love Fireflies. I don't like bugs, but I will catch Fireflies all day. But naming your group the Fireflies, when realistically speaking, they're tiny bugs that get crushed on windshields all the time in the summer. And bug spray or bug zapper will take care of it. They're very easy to deal with. Calling yourself a Firefly is not an intimidating title. It's, I guess because they're gorillas, but still, there's a lot of better things you could be. The Nighthawks, anything. Yeah, they changed her model. She looks a lot rougher.
Want one?
The glass, or in the whiskey, or whatever that is in the bottle, looks a lot more realistic, too.
Well, I have some interesting news for you.
Yeah, Tess is her name.
West End District. Hey, we had a drop to make.
We had a drop to make.
Well, you wanted to be left alone, remember?
So I'll take one guess. The whole deal went south and the client made off with our pills. Is that about right?
Deal went off without a hitch. Enough ration cards to last us a couple of months, easy.
You want to explain this?
I was on my way back here, and I got jumped by these 2 assholes, all right? And yeah, they got a few good hits in, but... Look, I managed.
Give me that.
If any of you have played the original, I'll talk here in a second.
Let's find out who they were.
Yeah, look, they were a couple of nobodies. They don't matter. What matters is that Robert fucking sent them.
Our Robert.
He knows that we're after him. He figures he's gonna get us first.
Son of a bitch, he's smart.
He's not smart enough. I know where he's hiding.
Like hell you do.
Old warehouse in Area 5. Can't say for how long, though.
Well, I'm ready now, yeah?
Oh, I can do now.
Okay, now maybe I can talk. So as you can see, any of you who played the original game or the remaster, Tess looked a lot, well, she had a prettier model. I'm not going to say uglied her up, but they aged her up. If you'll notice, her hair kind of looks like she's been bathing in salt water, kind of bedraggled, and her face does look a little rougher. Her skin looks a little bit more weathered. Normally, I'm going to say I'm against uglifying people for games. I don't care whether or not you say it's more realistic or, whatever the deal is. I don't believe you should make somebody uglier just because it's more realistic. If you look at Hollywood, do they hire ugly actors for a lot of things? Not particularly. No, there's not always the most handsome people in movies. But if you look at just the frickin' Marvel movies, there's not an ugly superhero. They're all, decent looking actors and stuff, People don't pay to see ugly, is what I think, in movies. So why would you want to make everybody ugly in games? To me, Abby from Last of Us 2 is one of the all-time hideous characters. And I'm talking the PS1 games back in the day make her look like a dream. Or she makes them look like a dream. I'm sorry, I talk backwards sometimes. There are some people who are muscular, and there's some people who body build and stuff like that. But let's be honest, you can say what you want. I'm just talking bad about her because she's a woman or whatever. You can say what you want. That doesn't make it true. But if you look at the model, first off, you're in the middle of a time period where there's a food shortage. They ration stuff, as we have seen already. They ration stuff, and you can see it in the game. Yet she's muscular. She's bigger. I knew a guy who was a bodybuilder, and I don't know much about bodybuilding, but I know what I learned from him and what he used to say and do. It's very hard to maintain your weight. If you don't keep up your routine, and especially your calories, either through protein shakes, protein meals, or just eating high-calorie meals a lot, you'll lose your mass very quickly. And when he would, for different reasons, stop exercising as much or stop for a while, he would lose weight quickly, and he'd lose his mass very quickly. He went down from about 225, 230 to about 165 in less than 6 months. It was just a very quick drop. And so if you're in the middle of an area where you'd be rationing a lot, it's not easy to maintain your weight like that. Let's just be honest. And so she's just not realistic. I'm going to pause because I can't talk. People talk about characters in video games being sexualized, like bikini armor and women that just have unrealistic proportions and stuff like that. But realistically, Abby is an unrealistic character simply because in her situation, there's no way she could eat enough food to maintain that body that she has. And so that's my opinion. And also, having a sex scene with a character that looks more like the man than the man was not a good idea to me. I didn't like The Last of Us 2, mainly because of Abby as a character. I'm trying to avoid spoilers and stuff, but I'm telling it like it is. Okay, as I say, I wasn't expecting to see the characters. I do love how the puddles ripple and stuff. Anyway, though, I don't think I ever finished that. I don't mind Tess being kind of...
Compliance with all city personnel is mandatory.
Look at that. Ration line hasn't opened yet. Must be running low again.
Anyway, I don't mind Tess being kind of uglified up, because ultimately she's not that important of a character in this game, and honestly, she's supposed to be like a 50-something-year-old woman, and or at least in her 40s, so she looks a bit more realistic.
I got us all new papers. They shouldn't give us any static up there. Just play it cool.
Right on through.
You see your IDs. There you go. What's your business here?
Got the day off. Visiting a friend.
All right, move on through. Thanks.
Get out of here, Joe! Close it up! Fireflies! Fucking shoot them! They're running!
Come on, let's get out of here. Joel, let's go. Come on.
What I don't get. Good lord, everything's gotten loud.
Coast is clear. Come on.
Attention. Checkpoint 5 is now closed until further notice. All civilians must clear the surrounding
So much for the easy route. Patch yourself up, all right?
How did he get hurt? I mean, I guess some shrapnel, I guess, or when he fell back. Okay, quit. Health kit, heal. Still that old-fashioned, putting the bandage on instantly heals the wounds thing.
We're gonna have to go around the outside.
I wonder if this time it's still going to fade like they used to, or if he's going to rip it off.
Go.
Cute.
Hey, Tess, you see that shit?
I was there. Hey, how's the east tunnel looking?
It's clear. I just used it. No patrols. And where are you off to?
Gonna pay Robert a visit?
You too?
Who else is looking for him?
Marlene. She's been asking around, trying to find him.
Marlene? What do the Fireflies need with Robert?
You think she'd tell me?
Well, what did you tell her?
The truth. I got no idea where he's hiding.
Good man. Hey, you stay out of trouble, all right? Military's gonna be out in force soon.
Yeah, see you around.
I will say that the graphics do look very impressive so far.
Marlene looking for Robert?
Shadows and
Like
the clothes, the walls, the ripples, and everything looks gorgeous. But to me, this game, I just want to make this clear real quick, and I'm sorry I keep pausing. This game is $70 on PlayStation 5. So you're paying, and okay, I'm sorry to pause again. To clarify, the original game had a $60 price tag. The HD remaster on PS4 when it was brand new, because I bought it, like I said, it was a birthday present, either belated or a few days early. I think it was the 29th, so it was 2 days after my birthday. It was $50. It was $49.99. So it was $10 off the price tag, and so now you're being charged $30 more than the PS4 version for pretty much just new graphics. It isn't like they did anything else but add new graphics. And I'm just gonna say, I bought this mostly because I wanted to record this game. I was going to record the original before this one was announced, or not the original, but the PS4 version. And then I thought I'd wait for this. But I would not recommend this to people, just simply because if you haven't played it already, then get it. But if you have played it before, unless you can get it on sale, I just don't see the point in a $70 price tag.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Shit's stirring up out there. How we looking over here?
It's been quiet. No signs of military or infected.
That's what I like to hear.
This has a very Half-Life feel to it here.
Joel, give me a hand with this.
Y'all take it easy out there.
Why not just have a hidden door in the floor or something? That seems like a lot of effort to go through.
Oh, God, this place reeks. I need to watch what they throw away down here. Let's grab our gear.
Well, first off, it's a dusty tunnel, and it's leaking, so it's very moldy. It's going to smell.
Our backpacks are still here from last time.
I don't know what kind of pistol that is right off the bat. I don't think any of the weapons in this are realistic.
Shots count.
Okay, 9mm. How do you...
All right, Texas.
Okay, there.
Boost me up.
So, I'm missing a bullet, so I've only got 5 rounds. That is very little. I get that bullets are scarce, but man, he doesn't... I wouldn't want to go out without a full clip.
Come on.
How do oh, I guess A, or X, I should say. Cross. She's tough to be able to help pull him up, because Joel weighs easily 180 pounds, I'd say, from the looks of him. 200 probably. Maybe not 200, because he looks kind of thin, but he's in good shape, and he looks like a heavy man.
That a trick question?
Okay. I do like how there's a click on my hepatic feedback whenever I turn on the flashlight. I think that's a cool little touch. But again, I don't think this game justifies its obscene price tag.
Ain't been out here in a while.
It's like we're on a date.
Well, I am the romantic type.
You got your ways.
I got a splash in this. That is really cool. The little ripples and everything else. It's kind of glitching on me now a little bit, but it looked cool for a moment there. Part 2 was a pretty game. I'd say this doesn't look much better than that
Gotta be
one.
around here somewhere.
Right there it is.
Got it.
Great, bring it over.
There we go.
Ladies first.
Lady, you must be thinking of someone else.
It's all relative.
I do like how it shows like the moss growing on the cars and stuff. It's not completely like rusted out. I think in the original game they look kind of rusty. Down in Tennessee we have a lot of... Hey, I have a pool table. That looks just like my pool table. I'm screenshotting that. Yeah, that is my pool table. I don't have those tassels on it, but everything else, I mean the legs, everything looks just like mine. I love playing pool. I actually got my mother into playing pool, and she got pretty good for a while, but then she had back surgery, and she never really was as good as she was. My back got damaged. I had a broken spine, and it never really recovered as well either fully. I felt like I could tell I struggled to play anymore. Okay, is there anything else I can find in here? Firefly thing. David Michael Vigil. Keep the fuck out of Worcester. Clean up your shit. Providence burned. Okay. Even the infection. What? Okay, so these are like all the names of the people who's been here or something like that. Take my advice, stay on the other side of the wall. Okay, so yeah, I guess this is all the people who's been here. I'm one of those people who likes the little details in games. I do like that there's a lot of stuff here, but one thing I don't understand about the Fireflies is they're supposed to want to bring back the old democracy and stuff, all branches of government.
Still got our guns?
For his sake, he better.
Once we get our merchandise back, it should be easy to unload.
Well, speaking of merchandise, when's that next shipment due?
Oh, we're meeting Bill next month. More pills, lots of ammo. Supposedly.
Emily always shows up with something. Should keep us busy for a while.
Hold up. Spores.
How do you know that you're... That's one of the details. I'm going to ask a couple questions real quick, and I'll try not to pause for the last few minutes. How do they know that when they're because people will say spores and then they put on the mask, but the thing is, I see them there. You can see them right there. How do you know what is a safe distance? Is that far enough away, or could one get in? Does it take more than one? What is it that is a safe distance? Because to me, I know it's a video game, but for a game that tries this hard to go for like a realistic approach, why don't they... You would think the minute somebody saw it, they'd start panicking that they might have caught one. Because I know that since the real pandemic, you start to think about that, or at least I did. Every time I got in a situation where I would roll my window down or something in the car and talk to somebody, and I think, oh crap, I should have had it on or something. You think about that, and something that would, especially this, even worse than the pandemic, put you into a zombified state. You think people would be very paranoid about that. And then second off, the Fireflies want to restore the old government. But terroristic attacks and stuff like that doesn't really seem like the way. You know, I get that people are that way, and I guess the story, because they don't really explain it very well, or if they do, I don't never really pay much attention. The military declared martial law, and so everybody lives in martial law in the cities. But the thing is, what is the martial law doing? Because Joel and them live out at the settlement at the end of the game. And I'm sorry if I'm spoiling anything. This game's been out for 9 years, and it was extremely popular. If someone didn't play it, I apologize to them. I'm trying to keep spoilers to a minimum, but, you know, I'm going to talk about details, because this is the third release of this game, too. If they lived out in the settlement, which was a massive town, or not necessarily massive, but quite large, why didn't the government ever patrol down through there and try to take back the world? It was the martial law really just okay with a few cities being stuck in quarantine zones? Did they never think about trying to reclaim the world? It's an interesting question. Also, gas masks are very...
Where are these coming from? The place was clear last time.
They're coming out of something. Stay alert.
Gas masks are very difficult. He won't... Yeah, maybe if he'll stand still for just a second. You have very limited vision. Your peripherals are gone inside of a gas mask. Plus, you don't know for certain that you got your air filters attached because they're kind of wiggly. You got to attach them right. You know, I know that it would be annoying every time you put on the mask, but I wish one time or two.
There's a culprit.
Body's not that old. Better keep your eyes and ears open.
What turns these people into this, like, mushroom-like stuff? Do they just turn into... Because it's clearly coming out of him. It's like it's cocooning him. I wonder how that happens. Anyway, you think that in one scene it just showed him jiggling with it, making sure it's on, right? Okay, there's a second body. You know, making sure it's all working, because, again, you gotta make sure it works.
I should be able to fit through here.
Shit.
You okay?
Yeah. Damn ceiling's falling apart. Be careful.
Well, yeah, that thing was supporting a massive bit of the ceiling, man. Crawl under. I know a lot about structural stuff. It's very easy to make something knock over if you're not good.
My mask broke. Don't leave me to turn. Please.
What do you want to do?
Hope you said your piece. May God watch over you, my friend.
Poor bastard.
I like the new sounds for the gun, because that sounded very loud. I wish you could zoom in without... Okay, you can't see nothing, though. So I'm not going to say I wasted a bullet, because I feel like I might have done the right thing for somebody, but I really could have used the bullet. Also, shooting the gun, man. How do people get rid of these spores? Is there people that come in and, like, burn them out? I don't think that's ever explained either in this game. Okay, we've only got about 10 minutes left. How do I crouch? Oh, there we go.
Up ahead. You hear that?
Yeah, I hear it. Okay, there's people in here. Oh, there was. He got 8.
How you want to handle it?
Can they see the flashlights? Apparently not. Okay, that guy's fresh. Okay, I hate to do it, but I gotta pause. And another thing I've never understood. I get that the infection is like a fungal infection, but if you notice, he chokes them out. And it says kill, so I'm guessing he kills them. It looks more like he hasn't had enough time to do that, which I know it's a game too and it's for the sake of time, but realistically, it takes quite a while to choke somebody out. I've been in fights, I got choked by a really big dude. I'm 5'7". I don't like, I'm short and I don't like to admit it. My family pokes at me and it's okay with them because they're my family, but I don't like to be made fun of for my height. But I was going up against this like 6'2" dude, and if you know anything about boxing and stuff, a lot of people like to say, well, bigger guy can take on us. People of different heights and stuff can take each other on. That's why there's weight classes in boxing. Is if you can't fight somebody when you're like 140 pounds and 5'7" versus a 200 pound, 6'2" dude, it's just there's more weight, there's more power, there's more reach. And so they can very badly hurt you. And I was going up against this guy in a really bad situation. It wasn't like a little sparring match. It was rough. And I got choked, and I got blessed. God managed to let me think clearly in that situation. He had his leg propped up on something, and I kicked the chair he was on out from underneath him and managed to save myself. But everything went black. It was like an old static TV. But it takes well over 60 seconds because I was caught for over 60 seconds in this guy's reach. And so you can't just choke somebody out, especially if they're thrashing and fighting back, because you can't always hold on to their throat long enough to choke them. So how can you choke out a zombie is the question. He shot that one in the chest, so I don't know if he shot dead in the heart, but normally you have to scramble the brain. How does the zombies work in The Last of Us? Okay, they're feeding. So they can't see the flashlight. Careful. Is she not gonna come? No, she is. That door's kind of noisy. Anything in here? Windows. Buildings underground. What's in here? Is there anything in here of any use? Bullets? Anything? Or is this just like a... There's nothing here. Man, all them bugs, it's creepy. Okay, up the stairs. Don't waste a bullet. And I don't know how many could be up here. Natalie and Vhagar. Man, that drum beating is more annoying than anything. It sounds like somebody's just let their 6-year-old play the drums and they're kind of tap out a rhythm. It's not necessary. I don't recall that being in the original. What's this? Long handwritten note. Hey brother, we were so close. I'm sitting outside the walls knowing I'll never see the inside of the zone. While waiting for the smuggler to show up, we heard a squad of soldiers approaching. In our panic, we ducked in this building in hopes of hiding from them. None of us noticed the spores until it was too late. We're all infected. We have a few hours, maybe a day at most. Oh, the smuggler's still coming, so at least I can pass this note to you. I should have listened to you and come to the zone with you when I had the chance. Now it's too late. Take care, Mark.
They got infected trying to sneak into the zone.
As much as everyone complains about it, you got all these poor bastards wishing they were living on the inside.
Okay, that's not going to be fun, trying to walk across that bridge. The thing is, these spores are pretty easy to notice. I mean, they're very bright in color. They're kind of a yellow miasma. You'd think that someone would have noticed. I know that they were panicking, they said, but they're very easy to see. But how do they work? Do they, like, dissipate outside? Because he took that mask off very quickly when he you can see them. See what I mean? They kind of look smoky. But how far is their distance?
Some fresh air. That's the one thing I love about the outside. Fucking hate the smell of the city.
Why don't you ask Bill to get you some of them air fresheners?
Hey, if they weren't expired, that'd be a good idea.
I'm very much an inside person, but I do occasionally. You can tell the difference in the air, especially when you're inside for a lot. It's very stuffy, and I have to agree that outside air is very nice once in a while. We went up to the state park, or one of the state parks, last Sunday, and it was very nice getting to see the trails and look at some of the old stuff and just be able to relax for a while. Since my injury, it's not been so easy to get around and do stuff outside.
Plank fell down.
Okay, I can go down and hand it up to you.
Be a dear, would you?
I'll get it.
Okay, first I want to see what's back here. Is there anything back here? Okay, this is just where we came up. So there's nothing here that I can see. Lots of beds and stuff out here. I like how it looks very much like somebody has been living out here. You know, it looks like there's people just living wherever they can, hiding and doing all the stuff that they can to survive.
Here, pass it to me.
It's a bit heavy.
I think I can handle it.
All right.
It's not just heavy, because it's that long, it's going to be awkward. She got it. I'd be afraid walking up a few old broken boards carrying something in front of my face, or I was having a hard time seeing, though.
There we go.
It doesn't help that I'm very bad with, what do you call, I trip a lot. I'm not good on my feet. Clumsy, that's the word. My mother was clumsy. My grandmother was clumsy. It's a family trait between us all. None of us are very good on our feet, but my mother isn't as bad as my grandmother, but I inherited all of it from my grandma. I will, if there's a carpet and just the edge of it's up, my foot will find that part and I'll go flying across the room. It's how I am. I would trip going upstairs. My grandmother did that a lot. But somehow she managed to have perfect balance whenever she would do that. Once my grandmother was drinking sweet tea at our house when I was little, and she went upstairs to see something, and she came back down. She's still carrying a glass. It was full, almost full glass of tea. She slipped, went down every stair on her butt, and that tea was in her hand. She never spilled a drop, not one ice cube, not one drop of it went out. I don't know how she had the balance to do that, but she did. Is there any bullets or anything hidden out here? Nothing. Okay, man, he walked backwards for a long time. Oh, printers. Okay, less than a minute. I hate to not get much done, but I think I am going to have to end this video here. So far, I don't know what to really say about the game. It's The Last of Us. It's a good game. It always has been a good game. But at the same time, like I said, I know we haven't seen but maybe 40 minutes of this game because I talked for like 20 in total. But realistically speaking, this is a game that is being charged you're being charged $70 for a game that some people would have 3 times. You know, I have 3 copies of this game now. And realistically speaking, I still don't understand what this game is, what this particular version of this game is supposed to cater to? What's its audience? The people who've already played it and want to experience it with haptic feedback on the DualSense controller and even better graphics? Or is this for first-timers who never played the game? What is this for? Because it's not like it's any new story content. It's not like it's super fantastic graphics that really make that much of a difference. Expanded storyline, anything like you're just getting The Last of Us with a newer coat of paint. It's kind of like the Spider-Man remaster for PS4 to PS5, but even then I'd say it's less than that because the ray traced reflections on the Spider-Man game look amazing, and it does give it such a new coat of paint that, and with the new look for the actor, which I didn't like the new look, but say what you will, and all the DLC included, it's not that bad a deal. I got mine with the copy of Miles Morales, so it ain't like, and it wasn't expensive, but this is expensive, and so I can't say it's worth the $70. Personally, I don't understand why $70 is becoming the norm. I know that everything cost is going up on everything, but most games are still going to charge for season passes and stuff. Ubisoft has already said Skull and Bones is going to be a $70 game, and if they have an expansion pass for that game, $25, $35, $45, $50 expansion pass, then that's a lot of money. That you're talking about $100 plus dollars minimum for every game, because expansion passes are becoming quite common. But at the same time, some of them have been scaling back. If PlayStation stuff's going to do that, then they don't need to charge a lot for their games, because it makes it so that why would you ever want to buy the expansion pass and stuff? You can't do live service games and charge somebody that much money and then have them keep paying more and more for the content. I hope that then they kind of lose the live service thing and just start making games. They're just really good with all the content included. I'd rather wait longer and play a game with all the content, because I just don't like that. But overall, this is still The Last of Us, and it's a really good game. So if you have never played it, play it. But I hope you guys will enjoy watching this series. I'll try to start playing more Bayonetta, and we'll try to finish that. But the new Bayonetta game comes out next month. But I haven't even finished the first game yet, so I'm going to try to speed run to it and do everything I can. Hope you guys will enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening.